There we go. They're connected. All right, so now we got more power. I don't think anyone needs to know how the power works. The power's pretty simple. It's, you know, these guys make a circle for the in-group. But I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. But I can't continue down the path that I've been in because I said this earlier, which is the ship that swings on a pivot. We have a Viking theme of that. And I think I thought there was another one, but maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, I'm wrong. So that's, yeah, his obsession on Neil Diamond is pretty impressive. He's right. You know how to do that? So we need a drink, please. How about a slushie? So we could lump these together, maybe, depending on what the path does. But you can see how it gets a little bit squirrely right there? Behavior's programmed, right? Again, there's no dispatching system. There's no prioritization system. There's no ability to, there's the ability to call an emergency call, but it's such a dramatic effect. So what is that? What happens? I put the wave pool stuff in so that it's got the wave pool action, and then I built this pool right here. If you notice, there's not too many people in the pool. There's a brave soul right there. It's a cold. Let's go ahead and put a bunch of these in, right? How much does that give us? 300. That's not enough. We need more power. All right, so roll with me here. Roll with me. These right here represent the edge of what you're manipulating, the impact, the limits of what you want to change, okay? Because, like, they won't know who she is. They won't see her. They won't look her in the face. They're just looking at her fucking feet. I guess that's okay. Now, I might feel different if I was a foot guy. Then I might be like, oh, or maybe it might be like a kinky thing, like, hey, Renegades was covers, right? It was covers, and I bet I wonder if it's too much money. Hi, Fester. I bet it's too much money, huh? Long walk time between your staff members' scheduled tasks. All right, power. Well, yeah, of course. That's always the goal, right? The goal is to impact those who are not protected, the elite, like that. Just super simple to connect in. It's got the same cobblestone design, so I'm satisfied from that. So that's the exit, and then for the key to the entrance, let's go ahead and to have activities in, and it's a you know, like a ride to a certain degree for the folks. So, you know, in games, if you're good with terrain modifiers, you know, lifters and droppers and fillers and smoothers. But what I've found has fundamentally changed my viewpoint is just absolutely ensuring that the pathing is trouble-free. If I'm confident in the way the paths were built, and plazas are a path, if I'm right, that's it. Try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's 4. Okay. Okay. Teenagers. Well, yeah. Here's my, and you know what? I feel like we've totally gone off the rails. I should probably change the category for Planet Coaster. Maybe. But let's go ahead and make the zone. Let's make the zone like we said we're going to do. Staff zones. So we got this one. I'm going to delete it. It's going to delete it. Bye. Okay. I had been playing, And it is it says right there, manage an array of unique theme parks and water parks as you dive into increasingly challenging scenarios. The shits in the circle's powered. As long as that little green square's in the circle, you're good. On the roller coaster, there's what the little circle is. So if I was to move this over to here, it would power the roller coaster and life would be good. But again, the roller coaster was just placed to change direction. I had it laid out a few times, but I could never afford to build the whole thing, and I would just undo out of it because I didn't want to commit to it. I ended up building a road on the other side of the park that did the same shit, just went up to the top. Kind of interesting. It's probably the explodey guy. I do appreciate it though. There's a lot of kinetic energy here now. A lot more. Who is our new dog? All right, and then we'll put down a... So this is the distributor. Actually, you know, this isn't like a little. They're trying to make it.
Still can't believe this place was some kind of animatronic funhouse.
Smart with that stuff. So, you know, I'd rather make her like in charge of the long jump.
No, Bubs.
This
thing is too rusty to use. Looks like it's been out here for decades. Okay, are there those not tools right there?
So there's it's super possible that I could be like quite tired by the end of the stream. It's very possible, very possible. So we'll see. What is appropriate for election night? Like, what kind of music do we play? How big would that middle land be? Because that would really define the road size. So I don't think I need to answer that right away.
What room is this? Oh, found it. That was easy. Hey, it does exist. It looks kind of...
For their like, are they choosing hate and greed? Maybe not willfully. You know, I mean, ultimately you got to take accountability for voting for that dude. But it is heartbreaking. It's because I talk to someone who does understand. And that's how I've learned. Now I share my position, and when someone wants to deflate my position by saying you don't know, they're right. They're totally right. I don't know. I only know what that guy told me, and that guy's an expert. Because like we said, this is the first of who knows. If we're good at this, if we like it, if it energizes us, if we do it, I'm all in, right? I really wanna see.
Validator. Okay.
It's part of your God-given right to turn over your tax money to the U.S. military because, yes, I mean, we export a lot of weapons, right? We have a lot of our American companies make those weapons. Some of those weapons are very expensive. Some of that's in the park. And you when you first come in, where's the entrance at? All flipped around. There we go. So when you first come into here, I don't want to say that. Again, power wasn't really a deal in the first game. So what I'm envisioning we'll do here is we'll put other shops here and we'll put in a power district. Oh, good. So you know, people started grabbing me during my meetings and basically said, hey, I kind of want to talk about this. So I had one of my folks really, even though I could probably turn my camera on and connect it to OBS, I could not guarantee that I wouldn't accidentally catch my wife. And she doesn't want to be on camera, so I have to respect that. Neighbor's cat has wrote me into 10 minutes of playtimes a day, sneaky bugger. But with a lot of editing, it really kind of changes how the path was initially formed, right? So case in point, if we want to make a path that goes from here and kind of curve it around there, we'll make it a little bit wider. Let's make it 8. We'll grab right there and we'll just kind of go, there we go, right there. Just a gentle curve like that. My phone. I put the phone down and I grabbed this book and went about my merry business. Things like that. I've caught myself doing it because it's really simple. We don't have too much time left, but let's take a minute. Once again, I want to draw your attention to the crowd. Now, one of the things that now, when he comes back, if a lot of times I've seen him stand here and wait for the ride to end operation, and then they go in. But I would. There's another guy right here, and he is also ride, which we've not really put down, and we have that Viking one, but we don't have like a mythological theme for that one. Yeah, let's do the where people don't go through it because he's gonna put something there. So then you go back to the path tool, because remember, path is life, path is love, path is a whole lot of frustration too, but we'll stick with life and love for now. There's a lot of people. A lot of people. Make this happen. I gotta make this happen. Zone 8. Let's see. I gotta edit the zone. Let's see. We gotta not get the bathrooms. We need to get these transformers. It's all. Hey, Miss Kitty. Hello. What's happening? Right. I'm playing, and I've been doing everything I can, trying to understand the mechanics and stuff. And then the game goes, "Hey, your certificate expired. Ah, right away. Your equipment's degrading." Oh no, what do I do? What do I do? It's like tweezers. Whenever I feel one, it's like, okay, hold on. You know, and it comes out. I didn't realize the real situation. I don't pluck my beard though, or any other hair on my body. It's really just the facial hair.
Oh dear. Whoa. Okay.
All right, let's see. Let's see if I can find something classic. Not that. Okay, here you go. Okay. Let me, how long is that? It's 11 minutes. That sounds about right. Okay. This is in high def. Design individual, the person who wants to really zoom in tight and ensure that every blade of grass is exactly where it needs to be. And there's a lot to like. You know, I know you've got similar philosophical arguments within your country as to which way to run your country. It's bad here. It's really bad because there's no people's party. No one is here for the people. We've had up this whole game. And so we're on the delete piece, and Asdini wants a piece deleted. Now, if we put it on the what's they call the brush, what it'll do is it'll replicate the welcome. That's just the way it is. I've felt that part of my personality leave my body, and it was like, oh shit.
Oh, look at that iconic S. Okay, so let's check out the ball pit.
It makes your head fold in on itself because you logically know that those words don't click together that way, but this person has heard them both used in bad terms. Now, this is so crazy. Oh yeah. Theme park, not very hard. They're very exciting yet, but all right. You know, road layouts are a big deal in city skylines. Understanding road hierarchies, understanding path, understanding what people are gonna do. Is there some weirdness in the game? Yeah, there's some weirdness, there's some bugginess. There's always gonna be weirdness. I mean, come on. Look, when I first bought this computer, the first game I loaded was Planet Coaster 1. And the first thing so the generator will cost $843. Now, the distributor's $400. Now, what I don't quite get, I'm gonna go back to that heat maps again. If you want to add that function to the game, I would think that you'd want to replicate some gameplay aspect of it. What was I saying? I forgot. I forgot. I got far. And I don't think I want to afford. The room is stretching.
As though you sense a disquieting metamorphosis. Is this haunted room actually stretching?
So the portraits are getting taller and exposing more and more of the lunacy.
And consider this dismaying observation. This chamber has no windows and no doors. Which offers you this chilling challenge to find a way out.
Look up, look
Of
up.
course, there's always my way.
Ah!
Oh, I didn't mean to frighten you prematurely. The real chills come later.
So the elevator doors open and you step out into this corridor.
And will continue.
Portraits on the wall are synchronized with the lightning, the anime.
Please.
Yeah, it really is.
999 happy.
There's some super fun stories about the power struggles they had during the creation of this ride.
Volunteers.
So as the lightning strikes, the portraits change like a more scary version. It's kind of cool. And they also will change over time. And those statues sort of stare at you as you walk past. Kind of cool. And then there's the Doom buggies on the other side of that partition. So there's the change. It's a cool ride. I love this ride. I haven't been on it in years. But this is still the line, right? This is still the line. This is not the ride yet. This is still the line. It's just a very nicely themed line. Features a elevator disguised as a stretching room. And this room, it's designed to be like you're outside. It's nighttime. You know, it's a decent effect unless you go looking for it. So here you are, riding in the little. There's a name for these types of carts, and I forget what they are. They're in Planet Coaster too.
Permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del vehículo.
That's black. Coming, it's dark. This is a good effect of the first part of the ride.
We find it delightfully unlivable here in this ghostly retreat.
Ghostly.
Every room has wall-to-wall creeps, and hot and cold running chills.
The suit of armor's animated, and that's a great effect. It's a long corridor with the floating candlestick lit. Freaked the fuck out of me as a kid, man. This whole ride freaked me out as a kid. And then this guy, that crow is kind of a recurring theme. This guy's trying to get out of the coffin. It's kind of a greenhouse. You can see outside. It's all foggy now and scary. The wallpaper is fucking epic. I've got a sweatshirt that's got that design on it. One of my prized possessions. The doors, you can see, they kind of breathe out. Some do. Some of the door knockers automatically go. They all have a lot of them have different effects. Clock's going crazy. And here's Madame Leona.
Ghoulies from last Halloween. Awaken the spirits with your tambourine. Oh, Xenophon, let there be music from regions beyond.
So the current version of this head it's suspended and it floats around with the head projected in there. The instruments are still up top and they still go off in time as she talks to them.
Serpents and spiders, tail of a rat.
The happy haunts have received your sympathetic vibration.
So it's a little bit older,
and are beginning
this
to
video.
materialize.
I'm curious if the
Assembling for it.
Hatbox Ghost will be on here. That's a message comes out when usually a handicapped person gets on or off. They have to go a little bit slower. So, okay, so they cut it. It's another. This is the party scene. These ghosts are sort of projected. Pretty cool effect. Big old piece of glass right here. The ghosts are floating around top. This ghost sitting on the mantle. This ghost sitting on the table. They appear and disappear. You can hear that heartbeat. Consider that. This ghost partying up top, on top of the chandelier. Those guys in the pictures just shooting at each other. They're dancing. The spirits coming out of the organ are super cool. The glass is actually was shot at there, but they've turned it into like a spider web. It was too big to replace. Huge piece of glass. One of the biggest in the world. So here's the bride's room. These pictures, see how the husband fades in and out? I think she had a habit of cutting off their heads. So this is the up in the attic. His head vanishes. It's a cool effect, pretty cool effect. Of course, that shadow guy playing on the piano in there. And then more portraits with the husband's head vanishing. And there she is. She's the bride. She's got an axe. This video does not do this effect justice. This effect's actually pretty creepy. I mean, it's a projection. You can tell it's a projection, but still. Okay, there's the Hatbox Ghost. He is a nifty piece of lore. He was not here for the longest time, but he was always rumored to have been put in the first, the initial run. Okay, that's the graveyard with all the ghosts. That's a kind of a fun room, all kinds of shit going on. Yeah, the story around that Hatbox Ghost is super cool. Super cool. There's that crow again. By this time, your buggy's upside down. It's facing, you're looking up at that crow. It's a pretty cool effect. Little puppy dog. The gravekeeper. It's really lit up all creepy. Like if you have anything kind of like white, it glows with a really eerie light. It's kind of fun. I love this ride. I really love this ride. It's so many things. And this room is fun because there's all kinds of stuff to look at. See, the second bust over's broken. Like the camera person can only choose to show what they can show. You look around this room, there's something to see in every direction. It's super cool. But it's basically all these ghosts have come out and they're all partying, having a good time. Drinking their spirit juice. Mummy. Opera singer. That ghost that they just barely show is kind of a cool effect.
There's a little matter I forgot to mention. A hitchhiking ghost.
And then the hitchhiking ghost bit kicks in here at the end. So there's the three ghosts that are hitchhiking.
They have selected you to fill
And then there's these fun little mirrors that you look in, and then one of those ghosts is projected and it sits next to you. So you can see there's the guy right there. He's taking the picture by himself. You got the short, dumpy one. and then you're off. You get on the conveyor and you're off the ride. You've experienced the Haunted Mansion. There's a little conveyor you get on here, and then a little tiny thing right there. She talks a little shit to you, like hurry back, and don't forget to bring your death certificate. You can't see it, but her face is actually on there, and it's kind of cool effect. Dying to have you. Oh, you're kidding. This ride in Disneyland is pretty reliable. This is one of the more, it does break down, but it's pretty reliable. The problem, I've never been on the one in Florida, so I can't actually speak to it. But the one in Disneyland, it because they have that moving platform that the buggies catch up to. People who have walking conditions, any kind of problem with their body, any kind of problem with conveyance, requires them to stop the ride to let them on and off. And because the one of the attractions of that ride is the ride isn't supposed to stop. Like any normal mobile person is able to get on and off. You get on and you're on a moving conveyor, and then that takes you and you get on an escalator and you go. But if you have any kind of mobility issues, you can't really get from the buggy to that moving conveyor belt really easily. And so they have to stop the whole thing. The whole thing stops, right? Because it's a big loop. So when you stop it, the whole fucking thing stops. So and sometimes it does break down. Everything breaks down. That's just the natural way. But for the most part, I find that ride was pretty reliable. We really love that ride at the holiday time. Like now, ever since Halloween, really, what they do is they close it down for, I don't know, usually 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and then they retheme it to Nightmare Before Christmas. And we used to love going on that shit. So, like that scene at the end of the graveyard has the guy with the dog. It's actually Jack. It's a great animatronic of Jack, and he's standing there, and then Zero is there instead of his dog. And on the other side of the dune buggy is Sally, and they're both looking at each other in the eye. It's kind of a good thing. They do every scene is recast as Nightmare Before Christmas. It's a lot of fun. Again, from Halloween to New Year's, and it's always a super neat. We used to always target that when we could. Super fun. But that's one of those rides that we would always go on if we could. It was we're willing to wait, whatever time, invest the time to get on it. So yeah, good stuff. Anyway, so yeah, I'm not streaming tomorrow because of Dungeons and Dragons. So it was totally scheduled. I should have said something on Friday. I totally forgot. Last week was weird. I got to admit, this week's starting weird too. But I'm pretending that things are as normal as they can be. My promise to you is the same as it always is. If there's something you want to talk about, if someone want to yell out at, someone want to lash out at, something you want to get for something frustrating out, I'll talk about it, right? I got no problem talking about it. I'm angry. I'm not paying attention for my own benefit. But don't hold back. But I'm absolutely hiding in Planet Coaster. But again, I pop my head out to stream, and that's I don't have any kind of problem talking about it. So that being said, I was going to stream either Wednesday or tonight, and I chose to do it tonight. And I'll be back. I'll be back for sure on. I don't know. If there's enough interest, I will come back on Thursday or on Wednesday and maybe play Coaster. I want to get through the tutorial. I want to start a franchise game. I learn something every map. I get it. There's something, it's like I want to do this. I want to do that. And then it goes, oh, okay, well, here. Like I still haven't really had the transport tutorial part yet, and that's the part I really get ridiculously excited over is transport. I was so distraught at the end of the campaign or the career mode mission the Greek inspired one, the mythology one, because I wanted to build that skyway, that cable car up to the top of the cliff. I had it envisioned, I had it laid out. I just needed a little bit more money, but then I got that gold star, and I'm like, you know what? I'll make another path, and we'll get the hell out of here. And moved on to the next map. And I was so delighted because the next map started with the cable car, the Skyway thing that went from the front of the thing to the back. I loved it. I said, I'm committed to this thing. And sure enough, it was the right thing to do because it kept a constant flow of people going. I got frustrated because the dock was it was just, you couldn't modify anything. But I was eventually I listened to the surfer stoner guy, who said, oh, build water stuff, man. And so I did, and it mostly worked out. It was I really enjoyed that map. The one after it, I'm starting out really slow, so I'll report back on that one when I have it. But yeah, we'll talk on the Discord. Again, tomorrow's Dungeons and Dragons. If my wife wants to do something on Wednesday, I'm going to do something with my wife because she is my wife and I love her. So. If you guys are like, oh yeah, let's stream on Wednesday, and then she's like, well, hey, but I wanted to go to the movies, or I wanted to go see this play, or I wanted to go to the mountains and dance in the moonlight. Okay, all right, I'll keep it realistic. I'm sorry.
Ew, David.
But yeah, so but I'll mention on the Discord. I'll do that thing. I will be there, but yeah, I am so into Coaster, it's crazy. So this is a good thing, and am I making excuses for it? Yes, but I'm also helping